Hello everyone, welcome to Luhyas to the world. Today I'm going to be teaching you vocabularies to use when you want to talk about a loss. For example, you've had elections, you've had a competition, or you've lost something. What are the vocabularies to use in this scenario, and what can you tell someone who's going through a loss? What words of consolation can you use when you're talking to people who have had a competition and they have lost? If you are African, then you know about the AU elections that have recently happened. We have people someone who's lost, and we have someone who's won. So if you are talking to these people in the Luhya language, for example, how would you talk to them? If you're new here, we talk about anything to do with the Luhyas, stories from the Luhya land, vocabularies, verbs. I teach you phrases to use, translations, anything interesting that pertains the Luhya people who come from the western part of Kenya, we talk about right here on this channel. If you don't know where the Luhya people come from, these are people that live in the western part of Kenya. We are talking about towns like Kakamega, Kitale, Bungoma, Webuye, Vihiga. You know, recently I also learned from some of my subscribers that there are lots of Luhyas in Siaya. So all these people in the western part of Kenya make up the Luhya tribe, and there are many subtribes of the Luhya people, but maybe we'll talk about that in another lesson. Without further ado, let's get started. So one of the ways that you can say someone lost is to say hukwa. Hukwa is to lose, but literally hukwa means to fall down. Hukwa asi, to fall down. So hukwa, this is how you write it. Hukwa. Okay, hukwa is to fall literally, but it can also mean to lose. Okay, hukwa. And there are different versions of saying hukwa. Kakwile is to mean someone has fallen or someone has lost. Kakwile. Okay, ngwile likela. I lost the exam, or rather I didn't perform well in the exam. So today when you hear someone say hukwa, it means to fall. Okay. Another verb that you can use when you're talking about hukwa, or to fall or to lose, is to hutibia. Hutibia. Okay, let's write that down. Hutibia. Hutibia literally also means to lose. Hutibia chisendi, to lose money. Okay, nati bisesindu, I've lost something. Hutibia. But you can also use hutibia when you're talking about hutibia in terms of a competition. But you can also use hutibia when you're talking about someone has lost a competition, to say katibia or yo katibia. Okay, and also hutibia can mean to lose someone through death. You can say, for example, hwatibisie wafula, we have lost wafula, which means we have lost someone, they have passed on. So when you hear someone say hutibia, katibisie, hwatibia, all these are different forms of saying to lose. Hutibia. Okay, so don't forget hukwa, hutibia. Hukwa is to fall down. Hutibia is to lose something. Hwatibia, we lost, we didn't win, we lost. Okay, so with these two verbs, hutibia and hukwa, I now want to teach you some vocabularies that you can use to tell someone or to console someone who's had a loss. So first of all, let me write hutibia is to lose something. Hutibia chisendi, you know, to lose a competition. It can mean a competition, it can mean money, it can mean all those different ways that I have told you. Now let's go to the vocabularies that you will use when you're talking to people who have lost. Someone has probably lost an election. If for the people of Kenya, maybe the Honorable retired Raila Odinga lost the AU election. So if you're talking to him in Luhya or in Bukusu specifically, how will you convince him? One of the very popular way, you can just say pole. Pole is also Swahili. I believe it came from the Swahili. You can just say pole, okay? Maybe you don't say, the pronunciation will be a little bit different. It will be pole. You drag it a little bit. Pole, mala pole. You know, you're telling someone, sorry. You can also tell them oluma. Oluma wefwe, oluma. To write oluma is oluma. Oluma means, you know, you need to harden up. You know, don't worry, harden up. Oluma. You know, kabechanga kario. Kabechanga kario means things are usually like that. You know, it's life, it's normal. Kabechanga kario. Okay? Kabechanga kario. Kabechanga kario, okay? So you can say, malapole, you know, is to console someone. Or you can tell them, oluma, you know, harden up, don't worry, be strong. Oluma is like, be strong. And also you can say, kabechanga kario. Another way you can tell someone to console them when they've gone through a loss is simply to say, kala. And this can be loss of anything, especially like someone, maybe they're crying, they've lost something, they've lost someone that they love. You can just say, kala, kala mwana wefwe. Mwana wefwe simply means our child or my person. It means when you use it when you want to talk to someone who is close to you, either a relative related by blood or like a friend. You can say mwana wefwe or owefwe. Different Luhya subtribes use different ways of saying it, but the Bukusu we say wefwe or owefwe. Okay, so kala mwana wefwe. You write it, kala mwana wefwe. So those are the vocabularies and verbs that I had for you today. The next time you encounter someone that has had a loss, you can ask them, mkwile, okay? Did you fall? Mtibisie, mwatibisie, have you lost? Okay? And then you can go ahead to console them and tell them, malapole, kala, ohoya waluma, okay? Oluma, ohoya waluma. So those are just ways of telling them, okay, harden up, be strong, and don't worry, things will be okay. From my previous videos, I shared tips of how to actually grasp Luhya and any other language that you are learning is to repeat over and over and try to speak to people who are also speaking well in this language so that they can help you to improve your language. If you are new here, thank you very much for joining. I see all of you when you subscribe, when you comment. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section what you think of this video. Give me suggestions. If you want me to make a video about anything in particular, I'll be sure to respond to you and to come back and make that video. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.